TV? I gotta comb my hair.
My name is Jerry Goldberg. I'm the Shine Counselor for Georgetown, and I work from Elder Services in Merrimack Valley. And what Shine Counselors are is, it is a federal government program that is countrywide. Every state has Shine Counselors. I happen to be centered in Elder Services in Merrimack Valley and Lawrence. And one of the places I do is Georgetown. And Shine Counselors like me are all volunteers. We don't get paid. Okay? When I retired, my wife said to me, "You're not hanging around with me every day, get a hobby." So this is my hobby. Okay, keeps me out of trouble. And what happens is that every year I have to be recertified by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I have to go to school, I have to learn what's new, and then they give me believe it or not, just like in school, they give me a test. And I have to pass a certain grade in that test. If I pass it, wonderful. If I don't pass it, you get out. They tell me you're done. You're not a counselor anymore. So every year I have to go through this whole process. So if you, at the end of this discussion, if you feel that you want to meet with me, not a problem. I do appointments. Colleen downstairs at the Council of Aging, just call and say, "I'd like to meet with Jerry," and we'll make an appointment, because I live in Georgetown, so I can just come right here downtown anytime. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, the open enrollment is what's going on right now. The open enrollment is from October 15th to December 7th. So that means, since all of you are on Medicare, that means that you can, if you have supplements or if you have prescription drug plans, if you don't like them, if you think they're costing you too much money, or you hate your doctor, whatever reason, this is the one time of year that you can make a change. Okay, only during this time, nice round times, October 15th to December 7th. But anyway, this is the time of year that you can make changes. The changes do not happen. If you make changes, they're not going to happen until January 1st. Okay, but this is when you make changes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to give you a little quick synopsis of Medicare. And then this will make it easier when we jump right in. Medicare has 4 parts. Part A and Part B. Part A covers hospitals. So I'm going to put hospitals. Part A is free. Does not cost you anything. Part B covers doctors, covers labs, covers tests, etc., etc. That's Part B. Part B costs money. Part B costs you money. Okay, right now Part B is $104.95 a month. And if you get Social Security, then you know that $104.95 a month, your favorite Uncle Sam goes in every month and takes it out of your Social Security. Every month. So that's that. Now, this is what we call original Medicare. Everybody has A and B. If you're fully retired and not working, you have A and B. If you are eligible for Medicare, you have A and B. If you are continuing to work, that's a whole different animal. Is there anybody who's still working? Okay, so everybody, I assume here, if you're collecting Social Security, you have A and B. All right. Now, A and B only covers 80% of all of your expenses, your medical expenses. And guess who pays the other 20%? You do. Okay. There are some people who just stick with this. So if they go in and it's $1,000, colonoscopy, Medicare will pay $800, and these people pay $200. Most people don't just keep this. Most people get Part C and Part D, which are called supplements or additional medical plans. Okay, there are many different kinds of C, and D is prescription drugs. All of this covers only part of or most of the 20% that's left. You, depending on the C plan that you pick, you will either, when you go to see the doctor, there are some C plans that you pay $0. When you go to see the doctor, there are some C plans that you pay $15 or $20 or $30. You have co-pays. So that's depending on the type of C plan that you have. Okay? So this is kind of what we're going to get into. I just wanted to give you a brief description of and set it up of how it works. Everything below this line, you pay for. You pay a monthly premium for the C coverage. You pay a monthly premium for the D coverage. Okay, any questions on that? I'll just give you a little history, yep?
That 80%, that's only for Part B, right? Because Part A is free?
Correct.
Okay, all right.
Yep. Okay.
Now, on mine, mine was $180, so that somebody has a different plan, right?
Right,
Okay.
correct.
Okay, all right.
The plans go all the way from $0 premium a month up to $210 a month for just this part here. Depends on which plan you pick. Some plans include prescription drugs together.
Mm-hmm.
Other plans, you gotta buy this separately and you gotta buy this separately. But I'm getting there, I'm gonna go into that now. Okay?
Part B though has increased.
Well, he hasn't got that info yet. No.
Well, no, Part B increased last year for new people.
Well, for new people, yeah.
Yeah,
But I didn't,
unless
yeah,
you-
I didn't, right. It's
We'll
like-
have Part B in place already, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
New folks coming in who haven't,
Oh, just retiring?
just retiring or picking up Part B because perhaps they've continued to work or their spouses have continued to work.
Okay.
The new peeps are paying 120.
Yeah, and
125.
tentatively gonna go up to like maybe
Yeah.
140,
Yeah,
but I didn't wanna say anything because I don't really
but
have
you
the
guys
numbers.
are all set,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're-
yeah.
Right,
We're
right.
locked in with
With
the
105.
104.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not gonna increase it again this year.
No.
Not locked in.
No, you're not locked in.
Yeah, it
It's just that new people are now at a different rate, but that doesn't mean that they can't say to you, well, we're gonna go up $5 or $4 or,
but we haven't
Yeah.
heard that.
yeah. We haven't heard that, but you're not locked
So
in.
you don't know if there's gonna be an increase in
No.
2017?
Well, we haven't heard anything.
Yeah, the only thing that they have told us is that at this point, they're thinking that there may be an increase in what the new people get charged.
Yeah.
Oh,
This may stay the same again,
Okay.
but it's the federal government, we don't know, so that's why I'm not saying anything, because I really don't have the exact information yet at this point. Okay, so now that we're in open enrollment, you can change only this part here. You can't change anything up here, but you can change things down here if you want to. If you don't want to, then you don't have to. You don't like the plan you're under, you're paying too much money, all those kinds of things. You can look around and change these two parts. Okay? All right. Now let's look in your folder. There's a section. There's a folder piece of looks like this. So now, if you want to make a change, what I am talking about now is I'm talking about only making changes down here, because that's the only place you can make a change, is your supplemental and/or your drug plan. So what we're talking about, if you look at the paper, what we're talking about, we're gonna start with the left-hand side. And just as I said, the left-hand side is called Original Medicare. Part A, Part B, I already talked to you about that. Now, one of the choices you have, so when you have Medicare, you can, remember we want to do a C and a D. Okay, and this will make sense to you when I get there, a C and a D. Okay, one of the ways you can go, I'm going to start with the left-hand side. You can go to something called a Medigap plan. There are two ways to change your C and D, and I'm just talking about the change on the left now in the paper you're looking at. You can have a Medigap supplement plan. A Medigap supplement plan tends to be the plans that cost the most money, tend to be the plans that do not include prescription drug coverage. So you would need to buy a Medigap plan and a separate prescription drug plan. So you're looking at me saying, well, what's the good part here, Jerry? Well, the good part is, if you choose to go with a Medigap plan, for example, let's say you're paying $185 a month for a Medigap Blue Cross Blue Shield plan. When you go to the doctor, you will pay $0. When you have a lab, you will pay $0. When you go into the hospital for 1 or 2 nights, you will pay $0. You get my drift? Basically, if you choose to go this way, you're paying a little bit more money for the monthly premium, but you are paying nothing else out of your pocket. Everything else is covered by this plan. Okay, any questions on that? All right, now granted, the monthly premium tends to be a little higher, but what you need to do is you need to sit down and you need to weigh, it'll make more sense when I get over to this side, but you need to weigh, well, how often do I go to the doctor? And what does my doctor charge? And how often do I go for labs? And you have to keep track of all that. And at the end of the year, you have to say, well, wait a minute, now I paid this amount of money all year long for the doctors, for the labs, for my colonoscopy, blah, blah, blah. You know, you add this all up. And if I had purchased this plan over here, yeah, it's more monthly premium, but it still ended up being cheaper than all of the stuff I paid over here. I hope that makes sense. That's kind of how you have to think about it if you're not happy with where you are in the plan. Okay? So then we need a Medigap in Massachusetts. There are 7 Medigap plans in Massachusetts. There are only 7 of them. Where is it?
Let's see, this is for 2017.
Yep.
Medicare D.
Yep, so Medigap plans in Massachusetts, you can go all the way from all the way down to $183 a month, all the way up to $229 a month. Not including prescription drug coverage. That's separate.
We checked that one.
You don't have it, I do.
All right, okay, that's right.
It's not in there.
All right, okay.
You don't have it. This
You
is
don't
what
have
I-
that sheet?
This, huh?
You don't have that sheet?
No, you don't have that sheet. I just got this sent to me last night at 9 o'clock.
Can I, then?
Can we
you
get
know what, can I
copies?
take- Yes, certainly, I will copy them.
That's what I came for, I think.
Yes, we'll take care of it.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. So Medigap policies, again, I want to emphasize, Medigap policies allow you to do some things, a lot of nice things, but you pay for it. You're not absorbing an amount of money, but you pay for it. For example, with a Medigap policy, you have no co-pays, no deductibles, okay? Nothing. When you go to the doctor, when you go to the hospital, you pay 0 if you have a Medigap policy. You can go see any doctor in the country as long as they take Medicare. And 99% of the doctors in the country take Medicare. So if you have something wrong with your finger and there's a specialist in Arizona that you want to go see, and that specialist in Arizona takes Medicare, I'm flying out there and here's my card and they're paying for it. Okay? Also with Medigap, there are no referrals. You can go anywhere, see anybody, as long as they're on Medicare. Okay? There are no restrictions about hospitals. We live in Massachusetts. If I'm down in Florida and I hurt my arm and I want to go see a doctor, as long as that doctor takes Medicare, I give him my Medigap card and I'm covered. Okay? So this is a nice plan. However, you're going to pay $200 a month for just that plan. So that's something you have to figure out whether it's worth. Yep.
Is that plan and the other, say, $104, is that both, you gotta pay both of those?
You pay the $104 no matter what.
Oh, okay.
No matter what, your Uncle Sam is going to
For the rest
scoop
of your
that.
life.
Yeah, your 104's
Okay.
Rogers. Yep.
Okay.
No matter what. Even if you decide I'm not getting anything, you're still paying $104.90.
Okay.
You're still paying that. Okay, all with me so far? All right. Now we need a Part D. We need a Part D, which is a prescription drug plan. Now, if you take a couple of minor drugs, if you take a couple of tier 1 generic drugs, then you really could go with a small, inexpensive prescription drug plan. If you end up taking a number of medications, oh, you had to do it twice?
Well, I did, no, I just did, I did a double-sided.
All right.
Jerry, did you happen to get the Medicare Advantage plans?
But no, the only one I have is for 2016.
That's all I had,
These
too.
definitely have not come out yet.
They have, there's your original.
All right, thank you. Okay, so here I am now. We're looking at the left as possibilities for you to change. We're talking about 7 Medigap policies. All 7 of those policies are regulated by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. They are all required to offer the same exact thing. They're all to offer the same exact thing. Okay, there are 4 states in the country that do what we do in Massachusetts and regulate these types of plans. Massachusetts is one of them, and you should be happy because that means that you save money. Even though you may not think so, but that's what it means, you know. So the Medigap plans that Colleen just showed you, the 7 of them, they all offer the same type things, except how much it costs you every month. And the reason for the difference in the price is basically one of market share. If you look at the very first one, you can see Blue Cross Blue Shield, which is the least expensive one. That doesn't mean that it's better or worse than either one of them. It just means that Blue Cross Blue Shield has more of the market in Massachusetts, so they can charge lesser money. That's all it means. Okay, so here we are with 7 Medigap. Now you need a prescription drug plan. Okay, let's go back into your little folder that I gave you, and you will notice that there is a yellow piece of paper. So if you are deciding to go this way, you need a prescription drug plan if you're choosing to go this way. Well, maybe you don't know which prescription drug plan to go with. There are 21 of them. just to confuse you even more, we need 2 papers at once, so you need to open this paper now, too. And it says at the top, stand-alone prescription drug plans. Not too confusing, huh? Yeah, it's this one right here. Okay, so if you look at this and you have no idea which one to get, you take this yellow piece of paper and you fill it out. You put your name and your address. On the back, you write down what medications you take. Not in there?
Not yet. I ain't got pages 78 yet.
Okay.
I'm beginning on page 40.
Oh, that looks
That
like
might be
it.
it.
That looks like, there it
Yeah.
is, okay. So what you can do is fill out this yellow paper. On the back, you would put your medications. And then you call and make an appointment with Colleen over here. She has a computer program which she will enter in your information. And that computer program will spit out 3 or 4 prescription drug plans that are the best deals for you and your medications. So once you get that information from Colleen, you can then look at this paper and say, oh yeah, these are the 3 or 4 that Colleen told me about. And then you can decide which one of those you want.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Now, fill this out, I understand that
Yeah.
piece of it. You said return it to her?
Yeah,
No,
well,
telephone me.
yeah, make an appointment with.
Telephone me and make an appointment, then you would bring that in with you,
Oh,
and we
okay.
would sit and go through.
Oh, okay.
It's a program, on Medicare.gov, they have a formulary available,
Right.
and we would just plug in your medications.
Okay.
And they provide a whole rundown, but we would prioritize and say, well, look, here are the top 3 or the top 5. And
Uh-huh.
then you would telephone them and, in doing diligence to ask them, send me your information about, enrollment, and so you can
Mhm.
compare, but at least we could come up with.
Okay, so we do an appointment
you've
with you.
narrowed
Yes,
it
you need
down.
to give me at this point, I have to have appointments scheduled for the office.
Can we do that today?
With
Just
the
set up an
prescriptions?
appointment?
Yes, yeah, I'm in the middle of building, senior center,
Uh-huh.
which is hopefully will be concluded by the end of November. I mean, the major portion of the construction. I also, right now, I have to tell you, my son-in-law is critically ill at
Oh,
Mass General,
okay.
so we can look at making an appointment, but
Well,
things might change. in
Then we
terms of
could
our
also
schedule.
send it to this address.
Well, but, no.
No,
No.
no, you wouldn't know.
You really need to talk to me.
No, I'm sorry, you
Okay.
could, there's 1 or 2 things you could do. You could fill this out,
Yeah,
okay? Make an appointment with Colleen, and then she will do this.
Yeah,
Another thing that you could do is you could fill this out and mail it to Elder Services in
Mhm.
Lawrence, and they would
Mhm.
do the same thing.
we can do it, right now, I have to be
Yeah.
able to figure an appointment, and an appointment might change.
oh,
You know
okay,
what?
which is not a problem,
Yeah,
Sorry,
but
let's do
you
the best we
really
can.
have either way to go.
right.
Okay, but what I wanna make sure now, remember, we're only going on this side, if this is what you choose. We have a whole bunch of options over here, haven't even talked about yet. So if you think you're confused now, just wait. I get better. Okay, so over here, so if you decide to do this yellow paper, and Colleen say gives you 3 or 4
Choices.
choices, the next thing you should do is you should go to this paper, whatever those 3 or 4 choices are, you call up those prescription drug plans,
Yeah.
and you say to them, listen, here's my medications. How much is it gonna cost me every month? And they'll tell you that over the
Right.
phone. They'll tell you that. You'll say, well, I take, simvastatin, and I take levothyroxine, and I take blah, 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 and this is what I take. You'll hear them, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that'll cost you, $22 a month. Okay, thank you. And you call the next one.
So you can compare.
And then, well, this one's gonna cost me $40 a month for the same thing. So you do that, and you go, well, wait a minute, I'm gonna go with this one. And that's how you do it.
Shopping.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Just like buying a car, exactly.
And
Only you can't negotiate, but.
And the good thing is, you're only in it for a year, you can make another change next year.
Yeah. What we're doing here, you can do every single year and change this every single year if you want to. There's open enrollment every single year. Usually the same time of year, usually that October, November time. So any questions on the prescription drug plans?
How come it doesn't show Tufts on
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we don't have, I mean, we said 21, but we've only got
17, right?
17.
Yeah, I lied. It was 21 last year,
So
17.
is this all
So,
that we
yeah,
have
it's
this year?
17.
This is all that we have this year.
That's all they have. Only
That's all.
these are all for just Massachusetts.
So that's all they're offering,
Yeah,
In Mass.
and Mass,
free, yeah.
yes.
here? So they don't show, they
Talking
don't
about
offer
this.
Tufts
They
then?
don't show what?
Tufts.
For
Tufts.
prescription,
Tufts
no,
medical plan?
it doesn't provide prescription.
Oh.
Yeah, mine is HMORA.
Okay, but that's, I haven't got there. That's on this
That's
side.
different.
I'm getting there, I'm getting there. Right now, we're talking about this side, separate Medigap, separate supplement, plus a
Okay.
separate prescription drug.
Okay, so there's 10 on this side, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember the premium for your health insurance and the premium for your drug plan. You
Right.
go with the Medigap.
Okay, so you get
Okay,
two
so
Now-
over here, the $104.95, no matter what, you're paying that.
Yeah.
So over here, if you decide to go this way with the Medigap, you're gonna pay, say, $190 a month, plus a prescription drug plan, $30 a month, 25, 35, whatever you choose. That's on top of this one. All right?
Can I just ask a question on this sheet?
Yep.
The asterisk for tier 1 and tier 2, it says medications are not subject to the plan deductibility. You know,
Correct.
like some of them have asterisks after
Yep.
the deductible.
Right.
So they're saying that the tier 1 or tier 2 is still zero. It doesn't come under your deductible.
Correct. Will not be included as part of your deductible. So take the very first one for conversation. The very first one is deductible $310.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're taking simvastatin and you're taking levothyroxine, tier 1 and tier 2 drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So you will not, those medications will not be part of the deductible. So you still owe $310, but not for those drugs.
So you can just continue, there's
Correct.
never an
Right.
additional.
Right.
So if you had another medication that was.
Tier 3,
Mm-hmm.
now you're gonna have to pay the first $310 yourself.
Whoa.
For the tier 3. But the other two,
Yeah, come under the.
correct,
Okay.
right. Okay,
Mhm.
all right. Now, so let's move along. So now we are, this is one way to go. If you wanna decide to change what you now have. Another way to go is you can go what they call MAPs. Medicare Advantage Plans. Medicare Advantage Plans, and I don't believe they gave me that either, Colleen, because the numbers aren't out for that either.
So that's what you have, Paul.
What?
That's what you have.
Yeah, that's the one he just said about Tufts.
They're not ready for with all this information.
They're not ready as far as their money.
I mean, that's.
The plans are the same, but they're not ready for
Yeah, but I
their,
mean, this is the open enrollment, you think they would be prepared and have that information available?
well, I'm gonna tell you something, I've been doing this for 8 years,
They never have. right?
never ready on time.
I
never.
know, but it's,
So right now, Massachusetts has, Essex County has 7, 4 is 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22. Massachusetts has Medicare Advantage plans, 26 of them. Okay, Medicare Advantage plans, like this gentleman said over here, Medicare Advantage plans include prescription drug coverage. So you're actually, on this side, you're combining your C and D together. So it's either, on this side, it's either an HMO or a PPO.
You have this nice chart for them to look at.
Oh yeah, I forgot that, thank you. Okay, sorry, back to the original chart, thanks, Colleen. Okay, all right, when we are now looking at the right-hand side, option 2. Medicare Advantage plan, thanks.
No.
It's my teacher in me, I'm so used to on the board, you know, but anyway, okay.
No charge.
So Part A and Part B, we already know that's a given. Medicare Advantage plans are HMOs and PPOs. Massachusetts has, I believe, one or two PFSs, but I really have never come across
I
anybody
haven't
who even
either.
has one.
No.
What are
Right.
they, PFS?
They're fee for service.
Yeah.
Oh,
So in other words, you're paying out of your pocket a lot. Okay, so HMOs and PPOs mean that the plans have networks. HMO is the most restrictive. You would pay the least amount of money every month for your premium, but you're going to pay the most amount of money out of your pocket. So whenever you go see the doctor, you're going to be paying $20, $25, $30 each time you go to see a doctor. A specialist, you're gonna pay.
More.
Colonoscopies, anything else, there's going to be co-pays. This is also going to have co-pays and deductibles, but they will be less than HMOs.
But
HM,
premium is higher.
yeah, the premium is higher on the PPO, right. So the cheapest plans are right here. The cheapest monthly plan for your premium is an HMO. But this is like a lot of things in life. What you pay for is what you get. So if you pay the least amount of money per month, that means you're paying more out of your pocket every time you go see a doctor, every time you have a lab, every time you do a mammogram, colonoscopy. You're paying less per month with a PPO. I'm sorry, you're paying more per month with a PPO and less out of your pocket. Okay? Both of these include prescription drug coverage. With these two over here especially, it's very, very, very critical that if you decide you want to make a change, if you have a Tufts HMO, and you say, you know what, I'm sick of it, I don't like it, I'm paying too much money, I'm gonna go to a Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO. Before you do that, it's critical that you ask your doctor if they take that plan. Not all doctors take all HMO and PPO plans. And you can't say to your doctor, do you take Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare HMOs? And he'll say, yeah. And then you go change, but no, you didn't ask the right question. You have to ask that specific plan, because a doctor can take this Blue Cross Blue Shield HMO, but not take the one right below it. So you gotta ask that important question. If this is the way you choose to go, you have to say to your doctor, do you take Medicare HMO Blue Value RX? You've gotta ask that specific plan. Okay, that's important. I can't tell you how many people have gone all through this. They call the doctor and they say, do you take Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare? Yep, we do. Okay, and they go through the whole plan. And then they go see their doctor in January. Doctor says, well, I don't take this one. I take this one, but I don't take this one. And there they are, a whole year with no medical plan.
Or I have to change the doctor.
Or change the doctor. Right, right. I mean, at our stage of life, I'll be perfectly honest with you, myself, I really, at this point in my life, being 69, I really don't want to change my doctor. I like the guy. I've been there with him for 25, 30 years. You know, I suppose if I have to, but I'd rather not. You know, and I think a lot of people might feel that way, you
But
know.
they'll still retire on you. I had a dentist and my primary care retired together. That's just about within weeks of each other.
Oh, wow.
So I had to change, you know.
Yeah?
You have to make a change.
Okay, so there are, as I said, there are all of the HMOs and the PPOs. So this is where your decision now comes. First of all, do I want to change my plan? That's your first decision. If you're not happy with what you have, you think you're paying too much money, okay, now's the time you can make a change. You can make a change going this way with a Medigap and a separate prescription drug plan. Or you could take the current and go to the right side and go with an HMO and a PPO, as long as you do your homework first. It's very important that you do your due diligence, as Colleen said, the due diligence, okay? You need to factor in how much is it going to cost you, how easy is the plan, where can I go, who can I see? Okay, if you are somebody who spends 3 to 4 months in Florida, you may not want to consider this type of a plan. This type of a plan will cover you in Florida for emergencies only. I mean, we're talking big time stuff, you know, heart attack, I mean, that kind of stuff.
Car accident.
Yeah, I mean, you get a strep throat or something like that, this kind of plan over here, you're on your own. So you need to think about all this kind of stuff. What's my lifestyle, you know, how much do I wanna pay? What is how much convenience and ease do I wanna have? That's all the things you need to factor in. And if you have difficulty and you wanna meet privately with me, that's not a problem. As I told you earlier, you call Colleen, call the Council of Aging, make an appointment, and I'll sit down and we'll go over it step by step. Right now, I can only, in this presentation, I can only, you know, just generally talk about things. Okay, any questions so far? So these basically the two ways you need to figure out how to go. Yep.
So, on the left side, which you completed, we have the $104, and then the Medicap, whatever that say, it's another $100, and then you would pay another whatever.
Medigap is not gonna be $100, you're gonna be $185 and up
Yeah.
for
Oh, okay,
Medigap.
gotcha. I was just throwing a number out, okay,
Yeah,
180.
figure 200,
Think
figure
200.
200.
200, okay, 200, so that's 300 plus your drugs.
Okay,
Yes.
Personally, Roger,
Yeah.
I would feel much more comfortable if you forget the $104. I mean,
That's all right, all right.
that's coming, no, you can't change that.
Right, okay,
That's out of your pocket no matter what.
okay.
So so if we go $200 and a prescription drug plan for maybe 35, so you're talking $235 a
Okay,
month.
all right, okay.
Which gives you the ability to go anywhere and see anybody. And you have to now do your numbers and go, over here, this plan costs me $180 a month for both the plan and the prescription drug. But every time I go to the doctor, I pay $25. Well, you gotta add that up. And then sit down and say, well, how much did I pay at the end of the year? Is it worth me going over here?
I mean, it's worth even thinking, how often do you have to, you know, how much time do you spend at the doctor's? I mean, some people are only there for an annual visit, you know, and then they might be
Right.
well served with Medicare Advantage, and some people have to go more frequently.
Yeah.
So even that comes into consideration, but certainly the issue regarding traveling is
Yes,
big for people.
right.
If I see a nurse practitioner, that would be another charge that would come up too, just like the doctor.
No, it depends
Same thing,
which
you don't
side
get
of the
discount.
paper you're on.
Oh,
If
Which
you're
option
over
do you
here,
choose?
whatever the office charges for an office visit is what you're gonna pay, whether you see, I'm gonna be a wise guy now, Roger, but whether you see the doctor, a nurse practitioner, or the custodian in the office, you're gonna pay the same amount of money, okay? So, okay, over here, you pay zero.
okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to give you the impression that it's a wonderful plan, I just want you to understand
Yeah, right, yeah.
what your comfort level is, that's the important thing.
Yeah.
What your lifestyle,
Yes.
what your comfort level, and
Yeah, how, yeah.
your money. What's in your pocket, that's really, you know, like a lot of things in life, it comes down to your money. So,
Question?
yes,
So on the Medigap plans,
yes,
You have the supplement core and the supplement one.
Right.
What is the difference?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you do both sides? Did you make? Okay, all right, so we,
Oh.
yep,
Okay.
here's the difference.
There you go.
Okay, all right.
And then turn it over.
Okay,
What do we have now?
all right, are you all looking at the thing Colleen gave you? Okay, okay, turn it over.
Okay.
Okay, that's the side we
Got it.
want.
Okay.
All right. So, the difference between the core and the supplement, they are both Medigap plans. Okay, well, let me give you an example here of, okay, I'm gonna pick, oh, it's in my hand. Okay. Okay, all right, let's pick the top one. Which one's that? Blue Cross. So
Yeah.
Blue Cross, the core is $93 a month.
Yep,
The supplement is,
$183.
okay, $183 a month. Okay, so what's the difference between that is
$90.
$90, right?
Yeah,
Is that right?
not yet, 90.
Close enough.
Okay, $90 a month, right? Okay, keep that in mind. Now, here we go. So, if you go into the hospital and you have the core plan, you're going to be paying $1,288. You're allowed 5 days in the hospital. So if you go into the hospital for 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5 days, you're gonna pay $1,288 once. If you have the supplement plan, okay, if you have the supplement plan, you're gonna be paying how much to go into the hospital? Zero.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? But the thing is that you need to look at the left-hand side where it says Medicare Part A. Okay? For days 1 through 60, 1 through 60. So each time you clock another 60 days, if you go back into the hospital for day 62, you guess what you're gonna pay again? $1,288. Okay, if you are on the supplement plan to the right, your cost is zero. That's one major difference. Next major difference, go down to where it says skilled nursing facility care. It's the 1, 2, it's a third thing down on the left, skilled nursing facility care. All right. If you have the core and you need to go into a skilled nursing facility on the 21st day, you're gonna be starting to pay $161 a day. For day 21 through day 100, you're gonna pay $161 a day. If you are on the supplement plan, guess what you would pay for days 21 through 100?
Same thing.
Zero.
What is it?
Okay, one other difference, go to the last column where it says Medicare Part B annual deductible. Medicare Part B annual deductible,
Okay.
Yeah. Right here.
right there. Medicare B annual deductible, okay?
Yeah.
If you have core, you go into the annual deductible, you have a $166 annual deductible. With core, with supplement, guess what your deductible is? Zero. So you're saying to me, yeah, but geez, Jerry, I'm saving $90 a month,
Right.
right? Okay. You ready? Who's the math person? What's 90 times 12?
Golly.
2,700?
How much?
1,080.
27, I don't know.
1,080, right? So you have saved 1,080 by going on this side. And if you are on this side, what happens if you go into the hospital once? What do you have to pay?
Prorated.
So you save $1,080,
Yeah.
but you gotta pay $1,280, you know what I mean? I think you
Yeah.
need to work the numbers out.
It's once again, it's, I mean, it's a
It's
little bit
comfort
less,
level.
and it's a little less money
Right.
per month,
Don't get
but,
sick.
but it's sort of a you know, it's like anything else with
Mhm.
insurance, it's a gamble.
Right, yep,
You're gonna end up paying one way or the other.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
I have another question.
sure,
On the travel,
Yeah,
it says under the supplement core, full cost. But yet, when you go across the top line, it says core includes foreign travel, yes. For Blue Cross Blue Shield, not for all of them, it's just,
Harvard,
there's a couple of them that do.
right,
yeah, core includes foreign travel, right.
So it does, you don't do the full cost. If you have Blue Cross, Harvard Pilgrim or Health
Health
New
New
England
Right.
Tufts,
Yeah.
you don't pay the full cost under the supplement core. Am I reading that right?
No, the travel under the supplement core is at full cost. Oh, I'm
But-
sorry, right, you do not,
but it
you
says it
have to
in-
pay the full cost.
But it's saying that you're covered under those, the two plans,
The asterisk at the bottom
the
one,
supplement core or supplement one. It says is the under Blue Cross Blue Shield, so the travel is included.
Core includes
On
foreign
the top.
travel, yes.
Okay, but then you go over the next page and down there, when it says full cost, but yet the asterisk says Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Harvard Pilgrim, Health New England, Tufts plans cover foreign travel.
Yeah, guess what? That doesn't make sense, does it?
Well,
Medicare covered services.
well, in a
need-
way it does, it's saying those do cover it under supplement core.
Right,
That's the
and
way
it
I
also,
understand.
it's so under the supplement one and core, you're covered, for both plans are covered under foreign travel.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
But I want you to understand what that means.
What?
Well, when I'm in France
Mm-hmm.
and I break my leg, I can't give them my Blue Cross Blue Shield card because they're gonna go, huh? What's this? So I have to pay them on my credit card
and then see.
for their
Get
medical
reimbursed.
service and get reimbursed.
From
Right.
your insurance
Correct.
company.
And whether or
Right.
not they would cover, what they would cover, it also depends on how long you're traveling.
Right.
I mean, it's certainly, if you were in travel,
Mm.
you would wanna call Blue Cross Blue Shield and say, what would be my coverage, you know, overseas.
Right. Now granted, my daughter is not over 65, so she's not on Medicare, but she travels a lot in the summer. And what we have found is with her medical plan, they will cover her for foreign travel for like 14 days.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I
You
mean?
know how long you're traveling.
Yeah, they don't explain.
What would be, yeah.
Right, if
So
there's a
she buys a
restriction.
supplemental plan for when she does travel.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah.
to,
people on a 30-day cruise.
Right, that's what you'd wanna know.
yeah,
Mm.
that's, I think for a 30-day cruise, I think the core or the supplement would.
You might be covered because
Would
you're
be-
still considered
Right.
if you leave from the States or whatever.
Yeah.
I know, it's just
Yeah,
worth it
it-
to make a phone call
Right,
at that
right.
time.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, definitely.
Because things seem to change.
And sometimes you need to call twice because one gives you one information
Right.
and somebody
Yeah.
gives you another information.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so the only other thing then, so you need to,
But Jerry, is there an option that if people chose, the core and then decided that they needed to pick up supplement one during the year? Is there an
You know what
option?
my experience was? Blue Cross Blue Shield does allow that,
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
that's what I'm
which I was not aware of.
any Medigap plan that you have has what is called continuous open enrollment.
Everyone?
All 7 of the Medigap, not everyone, no, not everyone, only those 7 that Colin gave you.
Yeah, the
Right, just
Medigap
those.
plan.
They have according to Massachusetts
Oh.
law, continuous open enrollment.
I didn't know
So
that
you
they all
could
did.
the problem is, Colleen, is that, you know, if you're under the core,
Right,
you know, and you say, oh my God, I need a hernia operation or
Right.
something, and the doctor says, well, gee, I wanna do it next week, well, can you wait till after the first of next
Mm.
month and then
Right.
switch plans? I mean, for
So
this
this-
kind of stuff though, I mean, you can't, you know,
No.
when you're getting a major
right, you
medical
might,
event.
yes, exactly. I mean, if you can plan, you might be able to.
Right.
Yeah, right, you can.
During the year, you might be able to make a change, but the other reality is that if something occurs as an emergency,
Mm-hmm.
you
Right.
can't make that
You're
change
stuck.
every
Correct.
time, you're stuck.
Right,
And then the way the premiums go also, my experience was, some people pay it on the first, some people pay it on the 15th, and there's, when you change it, that affects how your insurance changes for the next month.
no, when I changed myself, it was always on the 15th. That's what I originally was, the 15th. When I changed it, I kept with the 15th.
Right, but it was something about, well, your premium wouldn't be here, full premium would be paid by the first of the month. It was almost something you had to check on also, because
Oh,
it was a
yeah.
little convoluted as to,
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, we wouldn't have that payment for the next month. I'm going, but I'm paying on the 15th, so they
Right.
wouldn't have that full premium,
right,
For the
It should be
next-
half the beginning of the
Yeah,
next
it
month
was
if
a
on the other
little-
plan.
a little
Okay.
confusing.
All right, so to summarize, open enrollment, you need to decide whether you want to change or not. You know, do I wanna get a different plan? Do I want a plan that costs me less money? Do I not like the plan? Do I not like how the plan is treated? Those are kinds of things you need to think about. If you decide that it's time for you to move, then you need to go through this whole process, and then you say, okay, what is my comfort level? What is my financial level? You know, what kind of plans do I wanna look at? Do I wanna look at least less expensive plans? Do I wanna look at plans that cover more things? Those are decisions you have to make. Once you make those decisions, then you're going to know whether you might go this way or whether you might go this way. That's kind of where it goes. And you have until December 7th to make those decisions. And like I also said, that you could call the Council of Aging office, okay, and you can get an appointment with me and we can sit down and go over it individually. Whatever works. But if you're gonna move, make a move, December 7th. It's gotta be by December 7th. If you're December 8th and you call, you're too late and you're gonna keep your stuff that you have now for another year. Okay?
Good.
So I'm just trying to recap, so are there any questions? Anybody on the difference HMOs, PPOs?
When do you expect to have a printout of the new one? Or do you have any idea?
I'm doing presentations, I'm booked for the next couple of weeks, and I have
Don't
no
have-
idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they call CMS in Washington and they go, yeah, we'll get back to you, okay,
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it, kind of.
yeah.
But it's a
Any-
shame, you
yeah.
want us to make.
Makes it difficult for you to try.
Oh, yeah, well, actually, I mean, I can tell you the same information, the only thing I can't tell you is how much it's gonna cost next year. You know, I mean, like last year, for example, one of the Blue Cross Blue Shield plans went down $10. Okay, you know, I don't know. And Roger just told me that his plan for next year is going up $50.
$50 a
Wow.
month.
$50 a month.
Fif- Ooh.
So that's what,
Who was he with?
what I'm telling you, no,
Blue
that,
Blue Cross
Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Cross Blue Shield.
But that's why Roger's here thinking, geez, maybe I oughta, you know, maybe there's some other options out here. I gotta look around. $50 a month is $50 a month.
Right.
I could buy a lot of Cheerios for $50 a
That's a
month, you
lot
know?
to go up
I
in
eat a
one
lot
year.
of Cheerios.
Is that
No?
HMO or PPO or?
Who's mine?
You gotta, you
Yeah.
have a PPO, so,
PPO.
yeah. Okay, anybody else have any
So would it be cheaper
questions?
to go with the Medicare?
You know, like, I see my doctor maybe twice a year, annual physical, and then a recap about 6 months later.
Right.
So twice, most of the time, you know, every once in a while I might have to go in for something else.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but,
See, for Roger, it's a sheer, this is an example of his comfort level in money, that's right.
Right.
So for him to move,
Too many. Well, I was just
It-
saying, a
it's kinda like-
$50 increase, where does that,
Yeah.
I know. Well, a
although some
$50,
is zero copay, so.
but see, a $50 increase, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
can I use you as an
Sure.
example? Alright,
Yeah.
so a $50 increase for him is gonna put him at $230 a month.
But you can have a Medicare plan that covers everything for less.
Correct, but that's a decision he has to make. I mean, dollars and cents wise, it might make sense, cause you could get a plan for $185 and a prescription drug plan for $35, so what's that, that's $210? $220, that's less than what he's gonna be paying, but it's a comfort level, you know?
I think it's partly understanding it too, then you're gonna have zero copay for anything, and if you
Right.
go in the hospital, you have zero copay,
Yeah.
you're not gonna have that over.
Right, I'm not disagreeing with you, but
Right,
that's,
no, I know,
yeah.
but I think some
his
of it is
decision.
understanding it, it's, I think
Right.
that's where, you know, if you don't come to a meeting like this, you don't really have that
And
understanding.
also, you
My
could,
wife's no longer with me, so.
you can also meet with me, there's
For
one
what?
other
For
thing
her
I
to figure
want
it
to,
out?
Huh?
one
For her
other
to
thing you
figure it
need
out?
to pull out.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, she's
It's
much
in the
better than
folder,
me,
it's
so.
Part
No,
B,
it's just-
preventive
I have no
services.
problem telling saying that to people.
That's okay, but you
Okay.
just need to figure it
Go in
yourself.
here and look at Part B, preventive services. That's in there,
Mm-hmm,
okay? These are a list, this is a list of all of the services that you're entitled
Oh, I
to
see.
that do not cost you any money. And the one I wanna show you is the first one down, annual wellness visit. You see right, you got it?
Yeah.
Second one down.
Yeah.
Okay. Look to the right, how much does it cost you for your annual, you know what an annual wellness visit is? It's kind of like a.
Yeah, I know what it is. It doesn't cost anything for
Right.
me.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanna make sure you know,
Mhm.
that you're entitled to that every year
Mm-hmm.
from Medicare, no matter what plan you have,
Yeah.
you're entitled to that, and it's zero cost,
Mhm.
it's free. Right. And if you look all the way down here, you can see there are a lot of things that are free. Okay.
Regardless of what plan you're on, I mean.
What?
Regardless of what plan you're on.
Doesn't matter, this is Part B.
Yeah,
Every
okay.
one of you in here has Part B.
Mm-hmm.
So that has nothing to do with your plan,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's all right.
okay? So I just wanna make sure you can see there's stuff on both sides,
Yeah.
you know? As you well know, you can go get, I'm sure you probably already know that, flu shots on the other side, they're free.
Mm-hmm.
Free to, I mean, they're not free to the doctor, but they're free to you. There's no copay, there's no deductible.
Right.
Your flu shot, your pneumonia shot, that's free. These are all the tests that are free services for anyone. Doesn't matter your plan under Part B. Okay, any other questions? Okay, then I guess our job here is done.